Samson of the tribe of Dan, chosen by the living God to be his hand of vengeance. It's his will, but it is not mine.
Samson is a story that has action, romance, themes of redemption.
You can't have a more epic movie with so many elements. There's so much beauty, so much to look at. The sets are amazing, the clothing, all the stunts, and it's got a little bit for everyone.
For us, it was a perfect complement of each other to take all of these elements that make compelling movies, combining it with a strong biblical message, and then creating a theatrical feature film with it.
To see a story taken from the Bible and to have a production company involved that actually tries to make it as true to the nature of the Bible, the idea that we can actually kind of tell a story that hopefully is as true to form as possible, but still at the same time not speak to a small audience, but try to tell a story that can really reach a broad audience.
With so many stories nowadays in film being set in the future and green screen and CGI being such a massive part, I think it's exciting to show a real story, a real film, and set it as real as possible.
They were real people, right? Who went through the same struggles and the same issues we do today.
Everything comes down to relationships in life, no matter what time period it takes place.
It's the kind of story that modern day audiences are really going to be able to relate to because we deal with that every day, right? The struggle of identity. What is our purpose in this lifetime?
One of the main themes of the movie is what we kind of took away from the book of Judges, which is the idea that sometimes we are in life called upon by God to do something that perhaps is not in our own self-serving best interests. And the idea is to help others.
God does actually give us callings, and He does use us regardless of our imperfections and our choices of rebellion against Him.
Purpose, God's calling on our lives. The fact that I have a choice to be obedient or to walk away from what God calls me to do has really impacted me. The man that I was walking into this film and the man that I've become during the process of this film is incredible. I couldn't have had it any other way.
We tell stories for the next generation. We tell stories to help people when they face those similar obstacles. So if you can identify an emotion when you watch the story, not just in Samson, but in Delilah, in Manoah, in his mother, in his brother, then I feel the story has some relevance.
I don't think stories about faith, for one, they're never going to be not relevant. We're always going to be challenged as human beings to step into that which seems difficult or impossible.
It's a story that is about a man who is called upon God to do something, who isn't sure that he's the right one.
There's going to be the people who are religiously aware, and then there's going to be the people who this is a new discovery to. But I'm a little bit more concerned on the people who are not aware of the story. And that's the more exciting audience that we want to grab, and that we want to bring them in, and we want to start to educate them and show them a world that they may not know about, which may cause them to research more into other verses, other chapters, other stories, other biblical tales. So for the people who do know the story, I think it's fantastic because they get to see discoveries of how scenes were played out that they have in their mind, and they see somebody else's concept. Whereas people who don't know the story, it just unravels in front of them, and it's incredible.
It's a healthy reminder of the God that we serve and the God that has been doing His thing for thousands of years, and will continue to.
It's a really amazing story of the Old Testament, and it's one of those Bible stories I grew up with as a kid, going to camp, and you'd hear about Samson and the jawbone and the cutting of the hair, and to kind of see it come to life on the big screen would be something that when I was a kid I would have loved to have seen. And as a father, I'm excited to take my son to go see it.